chaos. Radical terrorists who proclaim their own free state in the Middle East. Economic riots in Europe from severe cuts to social spending. Rapidly fluctuating prices at the grocery store from prolonged droughts in some parts of the world, extreme flooding in others. It doesn't take a genius to realize that things are not that far from total collapse. On top of it all, you may even no longer feel safe from the ever-increasing violence that blares out on the nightly news. Chances are, if you are here, then you're one of the smart ones. One of the few who knows that trouble is brewing and is taking action to be prepared. And while you might have a little food stashed away, along with a gun or two and some ammo, there is one crucial piece of the preparedness puzzle that most people completely miss out on. You see, while your right to own a gun may protect you from a lot of physical harm and violence, there are new dangers that now exist. Listen, most of the energy in your house depends on fossil fuel supplies. Supplies that we get from unpredictable regimes that often don't have our best interest at heart. And despite the amount of oil we're discovering here in the States, just last year alone, America imported 3 billion barrels of oil, most of which came from countries like Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, and Russia. A small disagreement with any one of those regimes could easily destroy our easy access to cheap energy and the American lifestyle we are all so used to. America is at the highest risk level in history. In fact, despite our best efforts over the last decade, the latest reports show that America is increasingly becoming a high-risk target. And we face more enemies now than we ever have in our entire history. And between you and me, the wealthy energy companies are even worse and do more damage. You see, terrorism is quick, brutal, and violent. It leaves mass destruction in its wake. Yet, the energy companies are not only ripping you off, they're ripping you off with ever-increasing electricity bills, while energy reserves are at all-time highs. And it gets even worse, because they can easily cut off electricity if it suits them. Now, hold on though, there's even more. A study by scientists at the University of Minnesota revealed that the U.S. energy grid has been consistently deteriorating since 1995, and that it is increasingly becoming unreliable. This means that massive blackouts are increasing. In the past 2 decades alone, blackouts have increased a whopping 124%. If you live someplace that gets extremely hot or extremely cold, loss of power could cost you your life. That's a hard pill to swallow. Yet most Americans are not only energy insecure and vulnerable to the new threats that exist, we're also paying far more than we should be. A report by the LA Times revealed that electricity costs across the country are increasing as the fragile U.S. electric system is failing and altering weather conditions. In fact, one such weather event left 60 million Americans stranded without electricity just last year. And energy companies have teamed up with their so-called competitors to transfer this increase in production costs directly to the consumer, instead of reducing their massive profit margins. I mean, come on, it doesn't get more disgusting than that. While you still struggle to recover from the recession, these Wall Street billionaires continue to stuff their pockets with cash and laugh all the way to the bank. Quite frankly, the exuberant bills you pay for electricity should be criminal. While you struggle, electricity companies continue to post double-digit growth rates in their profits, and their executives are getting millions of dollars in bonuses on top of their already massively inflated salaries. And that's still not the worst bit. The energy companies have made sure that you continue to be dependent on them, unable to generate you cheap power on your own. Despite the creation of technology that can make everyone totally energy-free, off-the-shelf solutions are totally unaffordable. You see, they know this technology is out there. So what do? They make off-the-shelf energy production solutions extremely expensive. For example, a basic generator that can run at least 4 hours will cost you nearly $1,000. And even those are dependent on fuel, fuel that might not be available if chaos were to break out. While alternate free energy solutions like solar panels and windmills are even more expensive, are extremely sensitive to weather conditions, and can even attract the wrong kind of attention in the time of crisis. Let's take solar panels. They're like big billboards that advertise to your neighbors, "Come on, we've got electricity." Not to mention that if you want to install a system on your house, the starting price is $20,000. No wonder few people have them installed, even with all the government rebates out there. The truth is, you deserve cheap, reliable energy, and it's about time you take matters into your own hands. Here's the thing. You can get as much free electricity as you want, and at only a fraction of what you'd pay on your monthly electricity bill. After some close members of my family got caught in a nasty hurricane in New York City, they were trapped in one of the most highly advanced cities in the world, without running water and without any electricity. One storm and millions of people were in total darkness, and they were in the darkness for days. It made me realize how fragile our access to electricity is and how overwhelmingly we take it for granted. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but the whole situation really scared me. Here I was with food storage, weapons, ammo, water, and absolutely no way to generate electricity. I actually became a little obsessed. I looked at every alternative energy source that I could find, and after only a couple of short months, I got really mad. There was nothing that was affordable. More importantly, almost every single system relied on gas. And solar was out because my family learned in New York during a major storm there is no sun. Frustrated, I created a list of what I feel my new source of energy should have. Cheap and easy to obtain or build. Easy to move. If I need to bug out of town, it needs to be something I can easily carry out. Can use multiple sources of fuel to create energy. If there was no sun, it should be able to use gas. If there's no gas, sun or wind, it should still work fine burning sticks of wood. I admit, I really didn't think that I would be able to find anything that met those requirements. And then, as chance had it, I literally stumbled upon something that completely changed everything. Look, I know that's really cliche, yet in this case, it's completely true. And that is a good thing for you. Yet, before I get to that, let me explain what this new technology is all about. This powerful invention will not only equip you to make your own energy for dirt cheap, it will also allow you to do so without spending a fortune. I like to call what I discovered the wise generator. And quite frankly, the wise generator changes everything. WISE stands for Whatever Input Steam Engine, and that is exactly what it is all about. Finally, a device that will make you energy independent and safe from any sort of international or local disaster that could threaten your energy supply. It operates using a revolutionary radio pneumatic mechanism. Alright, I know that sounds a little technical, yet don't worry, you don't have to know anything about it. All that means is the generator runs on pressure, vacuum, or both of them at the same time. It has pistons that are specifically designed to work as valves, each controlling the opposite piston it is connected with. What this means to you is that much of the structure and weight of a typical generator has been eliminated. And that's not even the best part. The WISE generator uses a large variety of methods to generate electricity from different sources. No longer will you or your family be stuck having to depend on just one source of fuel to meet your energy needs. Here are just a few of the input sources that the WISE generator can run on. A built-in water tube boiler, solar power, a simple air compressor, heat from a geothermal source, waste heat from other engines, including internal combustion engines. Anything you can burn or use to generate heat can be used to power your WISE generator. Listen, if a crisis ever hits you, you need a generator that can use a wide range of fuels, fuel sources, and sources of heat to generate power. The WISE generator can not only use heat, making it much more efficient, it can also run on vacuum to generate even more power. This is in addition to its ability to utilize many forms of potential free energy such as solar, waste heat, and biomass. No matter what happens, you'll always have access to energy and electricity. When the electricity goes out, you're safe. When the gas pump closes, you're safe. And even if the electricity goes out, the gas pumps close, and all the trees in your area somehow die, you're still safe. Creating electricity will not be a problem. No matter what the conditions are, no matter where you are. And just like they say on TV, wait, there's more. The WISE generator allows you to use the widest range of fuel sources, so you will always have access to something that you can use to generate electricity. The WISE generator can run 24 hours a day regardless of location, weather, or daylight. Show me another generator that can make that claim. You'll be powered in all conditions and at all times. You could build one in a single afternoon using extremely cheap components you probably have lying around your house. Some people haven't had to buy a single thing to build this powerful machine. It's easy. In fact, one technically challenged 83-year-old grandpa with arthritis in his hands managed to build his in just 4 hours. The WISE generator has almost no noise and absolutely no negative impact on the environment. Your nosy neighbors will not even notice that you've got a powerful generator in your house. No annoying and embarrassing fluctuations. This is one of the only generators that has full power as soon as it's switched on. Unlike internal combustion engines that need to slowly work up to high RPMs just to have enough power to light a light bulb. Going camping or fishing, the WISE generator can go with you. Not only can you assemble and disassemble it in minutes, it's so compact that it can easily fit inside a small car trunk. Attain complete energy independence. The WISE generator is an independent source of power. It requires absolutely no source of backup power. No transmission requirements, which means the WISE generator has a long life with low maintenance. Unlike windmills and solar panels, maintenance is simple, on the ground, and easily done. Plus, there are nearly zero lubrication requirements and few moving parts. The generator can run in any position, giving you more flexibility in terms of use. In a tight space, tipping it on its side doesn't slow it down one single bit. Try doing that with another generator. It will shut off instantly. Need more power for a big event? No problem. The WISE generator may be made in a variety of configurations and sizes. Change the piston size and counterweight in a matter of a couple of minutes. The bigger the piston, the more power you will have. You can get money back from your evil energy company. You see, not only will WISE slash your electricity bill immediately, but you'll also be able to produce excess electricity to pump back into the system. In many cities, you'll get a check for any excess energy you send back. Imagine the sheer joy of receiving a check in the mail instead of your electricity bill month after month. Slash your electricity bill by as much as 75% in the first 30 days. Keep your family safe from whatever energy threat that exists, be it a tree knocking down a power cable to an all-out power grid failure. Your WISE generator can do all that and more. Imagine being able to light up your house, even in the worst circumstances, without having to run gas-guzzling generators that cost hundreds of dollars a day. Imagine being able to have readily available electricity without having to invest in expensive solar panels that can cost $20,000 just to install and thousands more to keep maintained. Imagine the peace and security you and your family will feel knowing that you can keep your fridge cold, your house warm, and still be able to turn on the TV to watch a movie while everyone else around you is begging FEMA for help. All of this and more is possible with the WISE generator. Yet, I don't want you to take my word for it, because the WISE generator is already changing the lives of hundreds of people just like you. Here's what a few of them say. This is hands down the easiest and most efficient system I've ever built. In fact, when I left my 83-year-old father with the plans and came back 4 hours later, he was almost done. Incredible. Then, I'm going to be honest, I don't like working, and I've always tried to find something in order to save money on energy without any work involved. I think I've tried most of the systems out there. After watching your video, I was able to make my dream come true. Endless energy with a set and forget system that even my kid can do. And then third, I can't believe how easy it is. It took me 2 hours to put the system together, and at every single step, I felt like you guys were there with me to guide me. A fourth person says, in the first 30 days, my power bill went from $275 a month to $87. That's nearly $200, and it's impossible to state how this much savings has made things easier for my family. A fifth person says, I now feel some sort of inner peace that I never had before. We know we'll have plenty of heat and electricity no matter what happens, and before Wise Generator, that just wasn't the case. It's time you start exploiting the power of the Wise Generator system too. It's time for you to take advantage of your right to produce your electricity to keep your family safe. It's time you get your hands on the Wise Generator assembly system. Your generator system contains a full printed and video package that takes you through every single step of the Wise Generator system. Just follow the super easy steps and you'll have your own generator in a matter of hours and begin saving electricity today. Here's what you can expect when you order today. Detailed, step-by-step written instructions about each aspect of the process. You have a guide you can print for reference while you're actually building the generator. Photos and detailed schematics of the generator so that absolutely nothing is left to guesswork. Full high-definition videos that outline the entire process of building the Wise Generator. You'll be looking right over my shoulder and actually watch the generator being built from beginning to end. You'll know exactly what to do every step of the way, so there's absolutely no room for mistakes. Personally, I think you will have a blast setting your Wise Generator up. A comprehensive parts list, printed out when you go shopping to ensure that you have everything you could possibly need to build your generator without interruption. Additional information on exactly how each process of energy production works. Granted, you don't really need to know exactly how the generator works to experience its benefits. Yet having knowledge on the entire process along with how the generator actually works will impress your friends and family alike. You'll get the entire Wise Generator system immediately via secure download. Just click the Add to Cart button below and you'll be taken to our secure checkout page. Next, enter your payment details and hit Submit. After a few seconds of processing time, you'll be directed instantly to your own private page where you can download the manual, the schematics, the parts list, and all the videos. If you're reading this in the morning, you can have your generator up and running in time for dinner. Isn't it time you begin saving huge amounts on your electricity bill? It's time to protect yourself and your family from the new dangers that are no longer just nightly news headlines. Instead, they are becoming very regular occurrences. Oh right, you already know that the Wise Generator is an incredible system. So, what does it cost, right? Before we get into that, I want to share with you a few extremely valuable bonuses you're going to get along with your Wise Generator system. Massive value bonus number 1, the real secret of steam power. This powerful do-it-yourself guide allows you to take the Wise Generator's already efficient design and even further optimize. Delivered in simple step-by-step instructions, you'll learn exactly how to increase the maximum output that your generator can produce. Most green energy enthusiasts completely miss out on tapping on this huge efficiency optimizer. Lucky for you, this one single modification can speed up the entire process of completely eliminating your electricity bill, and you get it absolutely free. Massive value bonus number 2, how to store electricity for years to come. The biggest missing piece of all generators and solar power systems the world over is there's no place to store your excess energy. It doesn't seem like it should be such a big deal with all of our technology, yet it seems that no one has an answer to how do you store your electricity for later. What's the point of having a massive energy producing machine that exceeds every energy demand you have if you can't store it for later? Today that problem ends forever. When I created the Wise Generator, I also discovered a clever energy storage system that will make sure you can store all the energy you could possibly need. In fact, once you see how easy this is, you'll realize that you have the ability to store all your energy you need for years to come. And finally flip the middle finger to big energy forever. You get all the details in this special bonus absolutely free. Massive value bonus number 3. Here are some free gifts I'm saving as a very special surprise you and your whole family will enjoy. However, I will reveal that you can use what you learn in these amazing bonus guides to make yourself a significant amount of money. And on top of that, you will learn some really important preparedness secrets that will be more valuable than gold in a crisis. There is no other energy and survival system like this anywhere. When crisis hits and the people around you are losing their senses in panic, you'll be calm and prepared no matter how great the threat, no matter how long it lasts. That, my friend, is what preparedness and security is all about. And you'll get these 3 immensely valuable reports for free when you invest in your own personal WISE generator system. Listen, you could buy a ready-made generator off the shelf from a retailer. That will only set you back $2,000 and $6,000. Or you could buy a basic set of solar panels if you could afford $20,000 minimum cost to get it installed. Or you could sit back and simply do nothing. And let's face it, that's what most people do today. They flop on their couches, terrified as corporate media jams reality down their eyeballs. And let's just get this out there, because it's what everyone secretly knows in their hearts, even every politician and the president himself. The collapse is coming. This country and much of the civilized world is indebted up to our eyeballs. And you and I know that if we spend more than we earn long enough, eventually we lose everything. Yet I'm amazed at how the government blindly charges on, insisting that things are different for them. The rules don't apply, yet they do. And eventually the game is going to end, and it's going to be painful. So let me ask you, how much is it worth to see your family safe and protected? To know that they have electricity and the peace of mind that comes with it when no one else does? The WISE generator system will plug in any deadly leaks you may have in your survival plan. It will help keep your lights on and your food cooked while the outside world screams in panic and chaos. More importantly, it will give you the peace of mind that you deserve, because you'll know you've done everything possible to keep your family alive. How will you feel if you're stuck in a crisis and realize that you and your family could have been prepared simply from watching a 30-minute video? The possibilities for your WISE generator system are endless. There is no other system out there that is as easy to build, operate, and maintain as this one. I guarantee it. Get clean, free electricity in as little as 30 days. Start saving thousands of dollars on your power bill every year and put that money into something more useful. Buy more guns and ammo. Build your food storage. Or simply take that vacation you've been dreaming about for years, yet just haven't been able to manage. I know, I told you I would tell you the price, and I will. So stay with me for a couple more minutes. The truth is, I could easily take this material, turn it into an exclusive weekend seminar, and charge $2,500 a seat, where at the end everyone would have their own fully built generator. And with the fragile nature of the electrical system, I would sell out in a matter of days. Yet frankly, I'm sick and tired of watching all the rich guys on TV with their million-dollar bunkers and surveillance systems. The WISE generator system was born from the idea that energy independence should be something everyone can afford. Because the more self-reliant families that there are in America, the easier it's going to be to rebuild once the dust settles. So I'm not going to ask you to invest $2,500 in this training, even though I know it's worth at least that. It won't cost you $1,500 either. And forget about having to pay $997 or $497, even though I'm sure you would agree it would be a heck of a deal at that price. Heck, if your monthly electric bill is only $100 a month, you'd still be up $300 to $500 at the year. So here's the deal. After the amount of time and money I spent designing the system and refining the instructions and shooting the videos, we decided that $247 would be a very fair price for everything. And I was set on that price right up until we went to publish this letter. Yet one night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about my best man for my wedding. You see, he had been a victim of the Great Recession and hadn't been able to find work for over a year. And now he was living back in his parents' basement, depressed about the future. The thing is, he knows that things are about to change and has made every effort he can to prepare. The only thing I can't really afford is a decent generator, he told me over lunch. I paid, of course. It was the least I could do for him. I thought about that all night long and wondered how many people were just like him. Loyal patriots who loved their country and were disgusted by the disconnect and disdain that Washington showed for the masses of people they were supposed to be helping. And so when I got up in the morning, I told my wife I'm going to set the price of Wise Generator at just $97. She thought I was crazy, and I felt there was even more that I can do. So this is what I decided. If you're reading this, if you're hearing this, you can have the complete system for a single payment of just $47. The only way to secure your spot in the program is to click the Add to Cart button now. I want more people to benefit from this powerful invention, and because I want to teach the corporate energy companies a lesson, I want them to know that they cannot restrict our freedom and they cannot make unethically large profits while the rest of us struggle. That's why I'm going to give you this entire package for just $47. So join me now. Just click the Add to Cart button below and you'll be taken to our secure checkout page immediately. Next, enter the payment details and hit Submit. After a few seconds of processing time, you'll be directed instantly to your own private page where you can download the manual, the schematics, the parts list, and all the videos. Remember, you will be saving more than that every single week by just using this system. And yes, I'm ready to take this one step even further. I'm so confident that this system will completely change your life and give you the savings and security that you deserve. I'm going to take all the risk. Buy your Wise Generator system today. Go through all the videos, the printed plans and pictures, and all of your valuable bonuses. And if you're not completely thrilled with what you see, simply send me an email in the next 60 days and I'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. You risk nothing. Simply click the link below, enter your credit card details, and you'll receive the full Wise Generator system so you can get started right away. Look, we all know how it works. Once the word of the Wise Generator system starts to spread, the greedy corporate guys are going to start sniffing around to see what's going on. And if the safety of my family is in question, I'll take this down without a second thought. If you really want to be energy independent and not at the mercy of FEMA or post-crisis bullies, then invest in your system today. It's the only sustainable shortcut I know to complete energy independence, and it's the only electricity source that will last you through a decade-long depression. It doesn't require a lot of work, and it doesn't require a lot of maintenance. Remember, you get everything in a beginner-friendly package along with your 3 bonus reports, all without risking a dime. When there's chaos on the street and people's children are crying because they haven't eaten in days, you'll be safe with your family and helping out your close friends who weren't quite as prepared as you. That's more than just survival. That's what you and those close to you deserve. Click the Add to Cart button now. I'll be waiting for you with a special message in the members area and another bonus that's too hot to mention here. Here's to your energy independence. I'm Joe. Thanks. P.S. Remember, you can get a never-ending stream of cheap electricity for only $47 starting in as little as 3 hours. Plus, there's absolutely no risk to try out this system. The risk is entirely on me. P.P.S. The bonus report on how to store your excess electricity is worth more than the entire cost of the course. Get yours today. Get yours today.